to the Crusher Sports Network, the CSN, from the First Summit Arena in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. This evening's Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League varsity ice hockey matchup features the visitors, the Fighting Highlanders, the Big Macs from Canon McMillan, versus, of course, the home team, your Bishop McCort Catholic High School Crushers. Bringing you this evening's action, yours truly, Ralph DeMarco, along with our hockey analyst, Coach John Bradley, and, of course, our stream producer, Dr. Fran Brown. The Dream Team, the Stream Team, and we're going to get right to it here this evening. Assistant Coach Mike Hudak is sitting in for head varsity coach Art McMillan, and he's going to do the Coach's Corner for us this evening prior to tonight's game, and he's going to tell us what the Crushers need to do to win this thing. And Mike Hudak, assistant coach at Bishop McCort, welcome to the stream, my friend.
Thank you, Ralph.
Well, you're in the dream now. You're on the stream, man. You're on part of the Dream Team.
Yeah.
But you've been in the dream for the last couple years anyway, right?
Yes, yeah.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Mike Hudak, okay? Mike has been an assistant coach for 37 years at Bishop McCort. He has been the assistant coach on the bench for 5 state championships. He's a Coast Guard veteran, and we welcome Mike to the show. And, Mike, thanks for your service to our great nation.
You're welcome, Ralph.
So, 37 years, man.
Long time, but
Well,
it just seems like yesterday.
Well, life is a journey, is it not,
Yeah.
my brother, huh?
That's right.
Well, Mike, tell me, how did you get involved in this? When did this all happen for you?
At McCort, it happened in the summer of '88. I was at a triple ABA game down at the Point, and Mick Piscatella was the team manager at that time. And Galen asked him if I would help out on the JV team. And that's how it started. And I had 2 conditions in my contract. 1, we wouldn't cut nobody, and 2, I can't get fired.
How do you get a contract like that? Honest to gosh. Holy buckets.
It was a handshake.
and back in the day, a handshake was good, my
Right.
brother.
Yep.
Well, Mike, 5 times you've been on the bench for state championships. And I know it's hard to go back and pick out one thing that may have, but was there something that you really remember from any of those championship games?
It was the 95-96 team when we had the state championship here. And I would say overall, that is the best team that we had. Overall. Fundamentals, special teams, goaltending. It was probably our best overall team. There was a lot of cast of characters, but they were all even almost, all the way down to the 4th line, which we could depend on. And I know JB, he helped on the bench at that time too, and that was probably our best overall team.
And is there a memory from that game? Is there a play or something that happened in that game that just sticks out in your mind?
There was one thing that really sticks out in my mind. My Aunt Helen worked for the Jets back in the 60s.
The Johnstown Jets.
Yeah. And she came to the game, and she sat second row up behind the penalty box. And I could just see her cross the ice after we won the game. She was so thrilled. But she passed away this July at 93.
God bless her. God bless her.
Yep.
93, brother.
Yeah.
I hope I make it to tomorrow. What are you
Me too. I hope I got her genes in me.
Well, Mike, Canon Mac beat us last time, 5-3. It was 4-3. We pulled our goalie. They got an empty netter. It was a hard-fought game, and everybody now is fighting for playoff position. Okay, and so, what are the keys tonight? What does Bishop McCort have to do tonight to win this hockey game?
First of all, the first key, I think, is goaltending. You got to have a goaltender, which we have a real good 9th grade goaltender in Jake Johnson. Second thing is special teams, power play, penalty kill. Last time when we played them, we were 0 for 6 on the power play.
Yeah, that doesn't help your cause, does it?
Nope. And then fundamentals. If we play fundamentally strong, we can skate with anybody. But we probably have the youngest team in Double A. We only have 5 seniors and 4 juniors, and the rest are ninth and 10th graders.
Well, and from what I've observed, we have progressively gotten better as the season has wore on.
Yeah.
So goaltending,
Right.
special teams, and fundamentals.
Right.
Just so you know, I was listening, Michael, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Ralph.
So, Mike, I know that you'll be joining us up here in the box because you do stats and everything for the team. And we're going to, Mike, I really appreciate you stopping by and doing the Coach's Corner with us tonight. We're going to take a break, and we're going to bring our hockey analyst for tonight in, Coach John Bradley, and we're going to take a break at this time. Mike, God bless. Good luck.
Anything to you, Ralph. Thank you.
And we're back on the Crusher Sports Network, the CSN. And we're going to bring in our hockey analyst, Coach John Bradley. Coach Bradley is a PE and health teacher at Bishop McCort Catholic High School. 25 years coaching ice hockey at Bishop McCort. When he retired, he had 411 wins, 2 state titles. Coach Bradley, welcome to the stream.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Coach Bradley, now it's been a while since you've been on the stream, but you're back in the dream now, brother. You're on the dream team, the stream team.
Yeah, I must have did something right.
Well, we're not going to debate that, Coach Bradley, okay? All right. But, Coach, I have to tell you, we had a chance to listen to Coach Hudak there, and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit before we kind of get into some other things that we want to talk about. But, you think about those state championship games. How about a memory? Like, is there something that really sticks out in your mind from any of those state championship games?
Well, I think, any time that you end the season on a win, it's certainly, it's a goal of every team that starts to play the season, and there's only one team that can do that. So, to see the look in the locker room of seeing that these kids that are going to leave the ice for the last time are going out winners. There's a lot of times that we've been on the short end of the stick, but there's nothing better than cumulating a season and then seeing these guys that put the gear on for the last time walking away from the game and knowing that they were the best that played.
Well, that's pretty cool because not only do they make lifetime memories, you make lifetime memories as well, okay? Coach, before I put you on the spot a little bit, I want to give a shout-out to our good friends Jeannie and Sunshine Jill, who are not with us this evening, but we love them and we care about them. So I know Jeannie's listening. I hope Sunshine's listening. God bless them, and go Crushers. Coach, I'm going to put you in the Canon Mac locker room, okay? Now, Canon Mac won the first time we played them, 5-3. They got an empty netter late, and if you're the head coach at Canon Mac right now, what would you be telling your guys coming on the ice here at the First Summit Arena?
Well, I mean, they're taking an hour and about 50-minute trip to get to this facility, and I think one of the things that they want to do is, try to get the line, put the puck in. One of the keys that, in order for them to try to be successful this evening, is to stay out of the box. Obviously that Coach Hudak pointed out last time against these guys, we were 0 for 6 on the power play. And, we have too many skilled players to go 0 for 6. I mean, with the opportunities, if we can get 6 power plays tonight, then I think we'll be in a lot better shape. And I think that they realize that they got lucky the last time, that we weren't able to capitalize on them. And so I think their coaches are going to probably try to tell them, make sure you move your feet, don't get lazy, get the pucks in, make sure you're skating to the goal lines, and try not to turn the puck over.
Makes complete sense, Coach. Coach, we're going to take another break, and we're going to get a timeout for a message from the Friends of the Crusher Sports Network, and we'll be back.
Situated in a family-friendly atmosphere, Dr. John Walker is currently accepting new patients. Dr. Walker has over 25 years' experience. Come join the family at Dr. John Walker's office. Your smile will thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Walker.
Martella's family-owned pharmacy has been caring for you and about you since 1964. With 6 convenient locations, we're always here for you, providing personalized service that goes above and beyond. Martella's offers a wide range of services, from free prescription delivery to being the only regional pharmacy to offer Medipack, organizing your medications in easy-to-tear-off packets. Martella's, caring for you and about you since 1964.
And we're back on the Crusher Sports Network, and our hockey analyst this evening is Coach John Bradley, who put a lot of time in as a head ice hockey coach at Bishop McCort with 2 state titles. Coach, I'm going to flip the script on you now, okay? You're Art McMillan. You're in Bishop McCourt's locker room. What do you think his final words are to his team this evening?
Well, I think the key is making sure that we don't turn the puck over. I mean, get the line, put the puck in. I mean, Canon Mac skates 4D. 51 minutes is a lot of time to play, especially with 4D. If you can get those guys always having the race back 100 feet to pick the puck up every single time, you make it tough for them. Sooner or later, they're going to get a little bit lazy. Again, maybe take a penalty, and then to me, that's going to be the difference in this game. Whoever can win the special team advantages, power play, penalty kill, that is going to determine on who comes out on top tonight, and it actually gets themselves in a little bit better position playoff-wise.
Well, Coach, and you're always welcome to disagree with me, okay? But have you found out over all the years that sometimes we complicate coaching and playing? Like, you're saying the same thing, Coach Hudak. Fundamental, special teams play, goaltending. The game's not really that complicated, is it?
Oh, it's not. But you know what? I mean, probably 20 years ago, there was not these highlights now that these kids are getting on their cell phones or watching videos, and that's all that anybody wants to talk about are these goals, that are dream team goals, or doing something spectacular. A lot of times it's a simple play, that getting the puck in on the net, making the goalie have to corral it, and then if not, grabbing the rebound and putting the puck in. Unfortunately, that doesn't, people aren't showing that 50 times on the cell phone, or it's not making a highlight reel, or it's not going viral. And that's what I think everybody's trying to do nowadays. Everybody's trying to score that goal and make it special, as opposed to keeping it simple.
I agree with you, Coach. Keep it simple. When I coached myself with football, we had this thing, KISS, keep it simple, and I'm not going to fill in the last S there. Okay, you know what it is. Okay, Coach. For me, the keys to the game, and I'm not a expert in ice hockey, but I just really think that we got to play good defense in front of our goaltender tonight. If we do that, that makes the goaltender that much better. And I think if we do that tonight, we can come out with a win this evening.
Well, there's no doubt our goaltender is one of the best in the leagues. He was an all-star. And, you let him see the puck. You make sure that you let him get a good eye on it, let him get a good feel for it, let him control the rebounds, let him put rebounds in the corner. We pick up in the slot. I mean, we should be on the successful side of things tonight.
Well, Coach, we're going to take another break from Friends of the Crusher Sports Network, and we're going to be back to talk about the PHL AA standings.
For me, being a part of the 6 News team, it's a privilege. It's a responsibility not only to our viewers, but to those who came before us. Always showing up, following leads, getting both sides of the story. It's the foundation of 6 News, knowing we delivered on our promise to you. Coverage you can count on. I'm Jen Johnson. Thanks for choosing 6 News, and thank you for celebrating 75 years of WJAC TV with us.
And we're back on the CSN, the Crusher Sports Network. tonight. Joining us on the stream is none other than Coach John Bradley, longtime Bishop McCort ice hockey coach, and after 25 years and a lifetime in ice hockey, he's got it all together, and he understands what needs to be done here this evening by the Crushers. Coach, the PIHL AA division standings. Now, before we get to them, Coach, I've talked to some friends in the Pittsburgh area, and they're telling me that they believe AA might be the toughest section in the league this year.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Some of those schools, they're certainly some of the best schools, some of the bigger schools, and I think from top to bottom, it's probably the most solid that there is. There's really not, on any given night, an easy win or a layup or an automatic game.
Well, Coach, before I ask you to go through the standings and talk about playoffs, because they're getting close now, we do want to announce that there were 4 Bishop McCort Catholic High School players were selected to the PIHL AA All-Star Game held this past Sunday. They are Sammy Trieger, J.P. Pryor, Kenny Billings, and freshman goaltender Jake Johnson, and congratulations to those young fellas as well. Coach, would you mind talking about the standings here in AA?
Well, you got certainly, Penn Traffic's been, pretty much going box of wire with Greater Latrobe right on their neck. Fox Chapel in 3rd, Cathedral Prep in 4th. Then you got Armstrong in 5th and McCort 6th, Canon Mac in 7th, and Hempfield. Now, the big difference is between 4th place, there's 32 points. Armstrong and McCort are at 22 and 19 respectively. One of the things is obviously it's going to be tough for one of those 5th or 6th place teams to get up into the top 4. So what you're trying to do now is trying to play yourself into a position. Chances are you're going to go on the road. You want to try to set yourself up to where, okay, Cathedral Prep or Armstrong, where do you want to go? Where do you want to do? Who do you want to play against? And then try to end up seeing your situation. I mean, obviously, Cathedral Prep has only given up 36 goals, where Armstrong has given up 53. So, I mean, that may be something that you want to try to get yourself into, but you want to try to get as many points as you can because obviously you want to end the season up on a positive note.
Well, Coach, hold that thought. I just got a text message from our good friend John DeFazio, who's over at the District 6 team wrestling tournament, and he said that Central is the team that will be wrestling here in just a bit over at Bishop McCort. So they're going to keep us on top of how that's going on as well. Now, Coach, 8 teams make the playoffs in 2E. And each team plays 20 games, and the playoffs start the first week of March. Now, we're just speculating. We're having some fun here. It looks like Bishop McCort, Armstrong, and Canon Mac. Well, Canon Mac, they're actually 7 points behind Bishop McCort. I don't know if they can climb into 5th or 6th place, but where would you want to be looking at those standings, knowing who you might have to play?
Well, I think looking at this, I mean, you want to either, I think talking with Coach Art is that we're probably going to be in 5th or 6th place. The difference is if you're in 6th, or 5th place, you're going to make that trip to maybe Cathedral Prep, which is. And we
struggled with them.
We struggled with them, but then again, that's a long bus ride. That's a long haul that you have to go to. So obviously, Armstrong is not that far away. Obviously, tonight's a big game because you win tonight, you kind of separate yourself from Canon Mac, and then you at least get yourself making sure that you're in that 6th spot. The last thing you want to do is fall to a 7th and then have to go and then end up playing a Greater Latrobe or a Penn Traffic team who have been pretty much spectacular with only 2 losses apiece.
And with a victory tonight, we would actually put ourselves in a tie for 5th place. Armstrong and McCort would each have 22 points, correct? No, excuse me. We would have
21.
Yeah, 21, excuse me.
So it'd be, splitting hairs, but, I mean, it would be in a situation where we'd be, again, the higher up you go, and then you're going to end up looking at it as, okay, hey, do you want to either go to, Cathedral Prep, which I really think that McCort, they played them tough when they played them here, and it's the same thing when, they can play with anybody. I would put them with, if those kids come out and they play the way that they're capable of, we get good goaltending, and we capitalize on special situations. McCort can beat anybody. It's just going to be a matter of us getting ourselves into the playoffs and getting ourselves into a good situation. And I think not having to maybe make that trip to Cathedral Erie is certainly
it's
not
a long drive this time of year.
Drive.
Okay, Coach, we're going to go to our sportsmanship prayer at this time because if the clock is accurate, there's 3:10, 3:09, 3:08. The clock is moving before they get together and kind of drop the puck here. But we want to thank Father Crookson for putting our sportsmanship prayer together, and we say this prayer before all athletic events at Bishop McCort. Strong and faithful God, the giver of the fullness of life, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes, coaches, officials, and all gathered here. Keep these young people safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. And, Coach, we're going to take another break from Friends of the Crusher Sports Network.
Are you looking for the best part-time job in Cambria and Somerset County? Join the McElwain team. Our bus lines serve local school districts, including Greater Johnstown, Westmont Hilltop, Conemaugh Township, Forest Hills, Shade Central City, Berlin Brothers Valley, and Somerset area. This extremely rewarding part-time job provides great supplemental income. As a McElwain team member, you will enjoy clean, new equipment, as well as holidays, weekends, and summers off. Apply online today or call 814-288-1594.
And we're back on the Crusher Sports Network, and we're getting some information right now that a few of the Canon Mac players are not here. We do not believe that number 15, Rocco Musto, is on the ice, or number 17, Michael Trainer, who were part of their first line. So Coach Bradley and I are going to have to try to check these numbers out and see where these guys are at, and make sure that we have everything we need to make this happen as far as the players from Canon Mac, because we don't want to sell them short at all. Also, when the national anthem comes on, we will go silent out of respect for our great nation, and we want to give a shout out to all those men and women in the military and law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, all those who help and protect our communities. God bless you all, and we thank you for your services, okay? Well, Coach, I'm going to need your eyes when this thing starts so that we had some lineups, but we're understanding that 15 and 17 are not going to be in the lineup tonight. So we'll see how that all shakes out, and we'll try to get these lines squared away as soon as we can. We're going to take another timeout for Friends of the Crusher Sports
For over
Network.
a century, Thomas Automotive has been redefining the car buying experience. One person, from start to finish, you'll work with the same person with no transitions or turnovers. Upfront pricing. All of our vehicles are clearly marked with their best upfront price. Commission-free sales team. Our salespeople are not paid on the price you pay. Our team works for you, not a commission. Transparency in everything we do. Buy with confidence, drive with confidence. Thomas Automotive.
And we're back on the Crusher Sports Network, and it looks like the teams are getting their final warm-ups in, and we'll be heading to the national anthem here. And some of the key players for Canon Mac, Coach, number 91, Brendan Lamago, did not play against us the first time, and he has 11 points on the season. Number 24, Carson Donahue, has 11. Michael Trainer, number 17, and we do not believe that 17 and 15 will be in the lineup tonight, and they are the top two scorers for Canon Mac, the Big Macs, and respectively Trainer 17 and Musto 18, and that might be a big factor in this game, Coach.
Well, certainly any time that your top two goal scorers are not here, there's reports that maybe Rocco Musto is suspended and not in the lineup tonight, and Trainer is just not here, so I'm not sure, if he is sick or wasn't in school, or maybe he's still on his way to trying to get to the game. But I believe that Rocco Musto is suspended for tonight's game. So at that point, it's certainly favors the Crushers. But again, still going to play 51 minutes.
Let's hope we can take advantage of that. The national anthem is going to come on here very shortly. Both teams have met with their coaches, and they're lining up on the blue lines for the national anthem. I take that back. It looks like McCort is coming to their bench in this moment. But just hang in there with us, because we're not going to take any more breaks in the moment. We're going to see how this all shakes out before we actually drop the puck this evening. And we will, after the national anthem, we'll try to lay out those starting lineups the best that we possibly can. And, Coach, I have to ask you a tough question here, okay? Officials. It's a tough job, is it not?
Yeah, it's certainly not an easy job. And, you know, I mean, I think any official, you know, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, you know, there's always one team that loves them, the other team that doesn't like them. You know, obviously.
You love officials, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, I love them. I love them when they're not here. But, I mean, unfortunately, you know, they got a job to do, and, you know, they have a tough job to do. And a lot of them do a great job. And, you know, the key is for them to get in, you know, not to be noticed. Let the game happen, and make the calls as they see them.
I wonder what happened with the national anthem. I guess we're not having it tonight. DeMarcus is one of the officials this evening. I'm not sure who the other gentleman is. We'll get that number here. Now, there's 91. He is in the lineup tonight for Canon McMillan.
Yeah, they're going to look to him to try to, you know, pick up that slack. Certainly with missing their top two guys. But, you know, again, they kept it pretty simple, got the puck deep, and then trying to make something happen. Now, again, certainly McCort is, you know, I think with them missing some guys, they got to get the puck in deep and make these guys go 200 feet.
Yeah, and I would have to think that Lamargo, number 91, and number 24, Carson O'Donoghue, who each have 11 points, will have to pick up the pace for Canon Mac tonight.
Well, I don't think there's anybody that's going to get a free ride for them. I mean, they're going to have to, you know, anytime you play shorthanded, I mean, you got to elevate your game. But then again, you know, for McCourt's standpoint, you got to keep the game simple and make them go 200 feet. Do not make it easy for them. Again, we just have a turnover there, and again, great save by Jake Johnson. But those are things that we have to overcome.
And guys that we're looking for from McCort tonight to make things happen. We have Mark Pasniak with 12 points, Kenny Billings with 9, Braden Person with 8 points, Isaiah Lieb with 7, and then Connor Hewitt with 6, and Ben Canizero with 6. So those are guys we're hoping that will be able to put the puck in the net tonight for the Crushers.
Well, I think right now one of the things that Canon Mac has done and come out and has done pretty successful so far is established himself by winning some draws and getting the puck deep. And obviously we're getting into their zone, but now a quick turnover. Now they come back the other way, and you know, again, those are situations where we got to make them go 200 feet. We got to wear them out, and here we just ice the puck.
I have a question for you about the rules. When you ice the puck, when you're the team that ices the puck, are you allowed to make substitutions at that point?
Here you are. Some of the, you know, the NHL and some of the college hockeys, you're not allowed to make those changes. I mean, I think here with a two-man crew, it's pretty tough to determine on, you know, who gets to stay and who doesn't get to stay. So again, from that standpoint, it gives you a little bit of a breather. But you know, one of the things that they got to do here, we go with a 3-on-2, get the puck deep, force guys, drive the net, and hopefully get some shots here. If we can keep the puck down low and then make them play a 200-foot game, I think we're going to be very successful.
Well, 14:57 in the first period of this ice hockey game against Canon Mac. Shots on goal, Canon Mac's got 1, and I believe I don't know if we got recorded 1 on that one or not.
Yeah, I think that one was probably going to go wide, but again, you know, anytime that you can get the puck on net and make something happen, but again, certainly, like we talked about earlier, keeping the game simple. You know, I think the red line's going to be our best friend in this game, getting it deep and making them go 200 feet. At that point, I don't necessarily know with the guys that they're missing if they're going to be able to sustain that for, you know, 51 minutes.
They're hanging tough in the moment for sure. Nothing in the early going in the first period of this PIHL ice hockey contest between Canon Mac and your Bishop McCort Crushers?
Well, one of the things that they're doing right now is they're beating us to loose pucks. And, I mean, sometimes, you know, when you're missing some guys, some other guys pick up the pace a little bit. You know, from a court standpoint, maybe they thought, hey, listen, they're missing two of their top guys. We're going to have a little bit of an easy go on it. And now all of a sudden, you know, you're back on your heels. Now we just got to go and chip the puck out and then try to play in their zone.
Well, right now, even though it's 0-0, I'd have to think that Canon Mac's had a little bit better of the action at this point.
They have. They've actually controlled most of the play. I mean, it just seems like we're chasing the puck around a lot and not really making anything. You know, we're bunching up, and instead of just, you know, keeping the game simple. Again, if we can play down in their zone, make them come back 200 feet. To me,
nice pass out front.
The situation. Again, certainly that was created off.
Lieb did a great job getting it out front. We just couldn't handle it and put it in the net. But that's what we got to do.
Keep the puck down low. Let them turn the puck over. And when they turn it over, we capitalize. I mean, that's certainly the name of the game. Is, you know, we talked earlier going on about, you know, highlight reels and making things fancy. You know, today is all about getting 2 points and moving up that ladder.
And in goal this evening for Canon Mac is Aiden Bobbs. I believe that's not. No, I think that's not. Is that 14? Yeah, that's
14.
14. That's Aiden Bobbs in goal for Canon Mac. And when I look at his stats,
he's got 4 wins, 10 losses. So I mean, he certainly hasn't been lighting it on fire. But I mean, you know, he's seeing a lot of pucks. 407 saves. So Canon Mac does give up a lot of shots, and unfortunately right now, through the first 5 minutes, we've only got 1.
Yeah, we're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit if we're going to beat these guys. And we were wondering about number 91 for Canon Mac, Brendan Lamago, and he is in the lineup, and I believe he's the guy with their 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, he's playing well. He's moving his feet. Now right here, you know, McCort, we go and take a penalty. You know, maybe just, you know, being a little bit lazy. You know, turning the puck over and then not being happy with the outcome, and then we take a little shot on somebody. And, you know, these are the things that we have to try to avoid. You know, we don't want to give them momentum, especially since they're maintaining it right now.
Number 19, Kenny Billings for the Crushers, gets the 2-minute penalty. He's a junior forward for the Crushers. Now, Coach, did you know what the call? Did you see what the call was?
I thought they gave him interference call. You know, and again, Kenny plays a great game. You know, he's in people's faces. He goes. He don't shy away from anybody. He's not afraid to take the body, and that's the type of style that they need. Unfortunately, you know, it may have been, you know, a sidestep and you know, finishing his check, and you know, unfortunately, you know. We get on it, we kill this thing off, and then maybe get ourselves back into a situation, because I think this will allow us to maybe settle down a bit. Instead of trying to make plays off the get-go, we're going to keep it simple, ice the puck, and then if we can do that successfully, then we'll have our legs underneath us.
Lamago got another goal here, another shot on this power play, so he's got 3 shots on goal now for the Big Macs of Canon McMillan. And the Crushers just got kind of we seem out of sync, Coach.
Yeah, well, you know what, we're not doing a very good job of skating, and then even now here, you know, we had an opportunity to send the puck 200 feet, and you know, a little backhander that just, you know, fluttered and turned it over, and then you know, they seem to be a little bit more energized, and sometimes not having some of your best players, it gives some other guys an opportunity to step up, and then these guys. You know,
they want to contribute. Yeah.
Well, they want to show the coach, hey, I should be getting more ice time, or
exactly.
I should be this guy. And you know what? Right now, from our standpoint, is hey, another 20 seconds here. We kill this off. We get back on track. And one of the keys to this game is now, you know, right now we're taking a couple of their punches, and they're not being able to maintain anything.
It's like most sports. If you sort of rule the early going and you don't get some points, it usually comes back to haunt you. And I'll tell you what, our goaltender seems to be on his game right now. Our goaltender is Jake Johnson. He's a freshman goaltender, one of the better young goaltenders in the league. And he's stopped 4 shots at this point, and the Crushers only have 1 shot on goal. And there's only 1 second left on the power play for Canon Mac.
This is a big play for us right now because if we can win the face-off and get a chip outside, maybe we can send. Right now we ought to be looking to flip that. That would have been a little bit harder. Here we go. Now this is what we were talking
Out of the
about.
box, number 19. Oh.
And again, try to make it a little bit too fancy. Instead of getting that puck, getting it on net.
Just shoot that darn thing, right, Coach?
Well, listen, if you don't shoot the puck, you're not going to score. And then unfortunately, that's, right now, it makes it a little bit tougher.
And it went exactly the way you called it.
The way that I thought it should have been was, we lucked out because we didn't put enough zip on the puck, but it bounced over their stick. We got a good advantage. Unfortunately, again, try to make it a little bit too fancy. Now we send them back 2-on-1 with a turnover. And again, look what they do. They shoot the puck. We block it. But then again, shots. Whether you're playing basketball or you're playing hockey, if you don't shoot the puck, you don't shoot the basketball, you're not going to score. And if you don't score, then you're not going to win.
Well, it's kind of like right now the Crushers are just kind of like weathering the storm, so to say.
Yeah, it almost looks like they're a little bit tentative and a little bit nervous. And, and I don't know why. Obviously it's been a little bit of time since they have played. Last week with some weather situations and, I think with some delays and some days off, they may have missed some practices. But, right now, like I said, this is a situation here where we're weathering the storm. And if we can get out of this and if we can go and capitalize and put them behind the 8 ball, make them want to quit, that's going to be the key. We have to start playing in their zone. And this is a good start for us to get the puck down deep. And if we get it deep, we got to keep the gaps closed and play in their zone. And unfortunately, again, what do? They get the line, they put it back in, and now we're back. We're back playing defensive hockey.
So I'm going to put you on the bench right now. If you're down there on the bench, what are you thinking? Like, what's going through your mind as the coach, the way this game is transpiring?
Well, I think, right now, one of the keys is again, I think we're trying to be a little bit too fancy. I think, now we just picked up 2 shots in the last 15 seconds, okay? Playing in their zone, now we get a face-off in their zone. We win a face-off, we get a puck back, a shot, a deflection, a rebound, we get a goal. I think, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. And again, it's going to take a course of 51 minutes. With them missing some bodies, this game's not going to be decided in the first period.
First line is back on the ice for the Crushers. That's Pozniak, Lieb, and Michael Vasilevsky.
Well, the key right there was, we lose a face-off. We lose a face-off, it goes right back to them, and they flip it back out, and now we're back. We're back trying to kill stuff. And, to me, that's the difference.
And I've learned over the years, Coach, those face-offs are huge. You're gaining possession of the puck or not gaining possession of the puck.
Puck possession is half the battle. If you have the puck, then, that's what you want to try to do and then you can try to, do as much as you can. But without the puck, obviously you can't score. And if you can't score,
there was a whistle.
And I think they were either going to get either a hand pass or.
So it came out of our offensive zone.
Yep.
And the face-off is going to be across the ice from us on the right side of the blue line when you're on offense. Well, we kick it down into our offensive end.
Yeah, and see, that's what we got to do. We got to beat their D. Now we go down there, we play down there, we stay in, we pinch, and we just have to be aggressive. There's an ice on their part, so we're in good situation. They wave it off.
Now, with icing, like our guy kind of had a chance to make the play. Is that why they would have waved that off, Coach?
Well, I think, anytime that the puck was in the air, you're not required to try to bat the puck down because, that would put you at the disadvantage. A lot of times.
Sometimes you want to have an icing call, right?
You do want to have an
shot
icing call.
on goal, went wide for the Crushers.
So right now, I think, again, McCort just took another penalty, and we're going to be short here.
All right, who we got going to the box now?
With a cross check. 17.
Number 17, Isaiah Lieb, freshman center, is headed to the box. It's 2 minutes, and now the Crushers are going to have to fight off another penalty. Now, Coach Hudak talked about, now this is a special team situation, right, Coach?
This is a situation where, again, right now, from our standpoint, already We already killed off 2 minutes. So that's 2 minutes of not having being offensive. Now again, face off. We lose the draw. Right now,
Good hustle.
We beat them to the puck.
Sammy Trieger, great hustle.
And kept it simple. Shot on net, face off. Now this is what we need to do. Now we need to win the draw, try to get it back, maybe try to, again, get another shot on net. But these are things that we got to try to do. We can't keep putting ourselves behind the 8 ball with taking penalties, especially with a team that is missing some guys.
7:03 left in this first period. Canon Mac is able to win that face-off. Now the Crushers are trying to fight off a penalty. The penalty was to Lieb in a minute 41, a minute 40 on the penalty as the clock moves.
Again, I think that penalty was just a little bit of frustration. I mean, shot taken. You know, he's going to the net and gives the guy a little bit of a jab, and then next thing you know.
Nice hustle over there by our defenseman, number 4, J.P. Pryor, junior defenseman for the Crushers.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid. He's going to make sure he gets his licks in.
Nice play right there by that's number 19. That's Kenny Billings for the Crushers.
Kenny's always moving his feet, always going, working hard. When the guy works as hard as he does, I mean, sometimes you'll live with him taking that penalty early on that interference call because he's going to make sure he gets his 2 cents in, and that's the type of game that he plays. And
Go ahead, Coach. Finish your thought.
Right there was a perfect situation where put a little bit of pressure on them. What do? They ice the puck. Now we're back in their zone 57 seconds ago. Again, we keep talking about these face-offs. Let's see what happens if we win this draw.
To this point, this special team for the Crushers is doing their job. Would fair enough to say that?
They're doing their job. Unfortunately, right now, we're not winning face-offs. I mean, every draw, again, that face-off went right back to
we've lost 3 in a row.
We lost almost every face-off in the game so far. And, that, to me,
a hidden stat.
It's a hidden stat, but we're spending too much time chasing pucks as opposed to possession, of having possession and then being able to create something off them. Right now it's almost like we're back on our heels trying to, figure out where the puck's going. As, winning a face-off, we can dictate that, pass through the slot, almost got picked off, but all we got to do is, go 200 feet here. Plenty of time. There you go. Again, through the slot. And then we make a nice play, and again, right there, pass. Unfortunately, not been able to control the puck, and,
And the penalty is going to expire, and both teams will be at full strength. 5:08, 5:07 on a moving clock here in the first quarter at the First Summit Arena. The Crushers 0 and the Big Macs from Canon McMillan, the Highlanders 0 as well.
And that was a big penalty kill for us because we did not give up one shot. And again, they were able to ice the puck. And again, I think you're going to start to see some of their fatigue setting in because they come out gangbusters, on fire, moving their feet. And, and again, the first, 12 minutes have nothing to show for it. McCort has been able to,
I think we're fortunate that it is nothing.
Johnson has made some nice saves, and we've been doing well enough right here. Again, face off, again, back to them, and then look back, puck back to them, back in the neutral zone, and now we're back on our heels. And to me, those are situations where, as a coach, the key is, it'd be great to win every face-off, but a face-off it's always a 50-50 play. So what you want to try to do is, if you don't win it, you can't let them win it. You want it to be neutralized, and then you have your guys going to pick up loose pucks. And unfortunately, right now, we're not doing that. Every puck's going their way.
Shot on goal by Canon Mac. I believe that there was number 34 for Canon Mac.
Yeah, one of their D.
Actually, it was number 24, Carson O'Donoghue, and he seems like he's spending a lot of time. It looks like they're only Canon Mac looks like they're only rotating 3 defensemen right now. That could catch up with them in the long run.
Well, I think so. I mean, they're missing 2 forwards. Obviously, they bring in 91 to fill in that void, but 15 and 17 being out, that still leaves them 1 short. So I think they bumped one of their defensemen up, and now this is a situation here where there it is.
Wow.
Again, basically what happened here is what we talked about is what you're trying to do is keep the puck in deep, force them, put pressure on them, have them turn the puck over. What do? We turn the puck over.
And
Johnson makes a save. And now, look, they went from it was 4 shots to 4 shots.
Now
on
they
a power
got
play. And within a span of 3 seconds, they put 4 shots on net. And what happens off the face-off? They get a 1-0 lead because, and again, it was not a pretty play. I mean, it was not one that you're going to see highlights of, and it's not going to go viral on. And all they're doing is keeping the game simple. And right now,
right now they seem to be one step ahead of us everywhere.
Well, and I think the good news is that we're fortunate enough right now that we're treading water just enough. But we need to make sure that we keep this a one-goal game. We need, right now, is going to be big for Isaac to win this face-off. Finally, we win a draw back. Goes back to our goaltender. Puck's covered. We'll redo it again here at the face-off. But one of our keys here is what we want to try to do is get a face-off win, get it going, and then get on the offense. And
well, that's the first one we've won in a while.
Yeah, and now here's what we do.
Nice pass up to number 22 for the Crushers. That's Michael Vasilevsky.
Great shot, great save by the goaltender, and now all of a sudden, look, a little bit of hard work going hard to the net. Now we go on the power play. To me, that's going to be one of the differences in the game. What did we do? We stretched them out 200 feet. And now
what was the call? Do you know, Coach?
He's going to get them for tripping.
That was number 23, Robin Gasparini. I love these names. That's a pretty cool name.
Yep.
I like it.
Well, one of the keys is it started off the face-off. We kept it simple. We were able to spread them out. We had some speed. And what happened was this was the first time that they didn't actually have to, they were kind of get caught flat-footed. When you get caught flat-footed, now all of a sudden we're on the power play. Key here is to win this face-off.
Well, we didn't win the face-off, but it dribbled toward the goalie. I thought it was going to go in.
That's okay. We'll take that. Again, now we back to this 50-50 situation. Again, it's not so much about winning it. We can't let it go straight back to the corner. There it is. We pick the puck up. Now we gain control of this, and this is going to give us, put us in a good position. Now we can spread it out. Tried it one time by Sammy Trieger, and the puck was, I think, a little bit too deep inside his feet, and just didn't get enough wood on it. But then here we go.
Canon Mac putting it in our end now.
Yeah, we just had a bad pass, kind of flinched on it a little bit, and turned the puck over, and things like that will happen. I mean, that's.
Well, no game is perfect. I get that. I understand that. But it seems like we picked up our pace a little bit anyway.
Well, the key is that certainly now I think with this power play is going to, give us a little bit of life here. And then once we get these guys going again, obviously their goaltender is used to a lot of shots, but he's, so far, with 4 wins, I mean, all we got to do is just, again, we got to keep trying to make difficult passes, instead of keeping the play simple. I think the key here is to play down on the goal line, playing out of the corners and making those guys come down. Here we go now. We're working down low, moving the puck, work it down low, then go up high. Block shot, flipped over the net. Again,
38 seconds on the penalty.
Control, bad bounce, and now they
Canon
come back
got
2-on-1.
They're just skating around with it and eating up clock.
Yeah, we got one more good, hopefully here, one more
20
good.
seconds. We should have at least one more rush at this
We should
thing.
have one more good rush here. Try to get the puck in deep. Right now they're just falling back 4 guys, and this is where you got to try to move with speed. Keep the puck down low. 3 seconds, we're going to be even here. So one of the things is we don't want to turn the puck over high. Their guys coming to the bench. And shot goes wide, goes off a pad, and
Trieger with the shot and it went wide.
Those are the ones that you just got to get on net. You get it on net and you live for another day. And
5-on-5 with 1:19 on a moving clock here in the first period of this ice hockey game. The Crushers taking on Canon Mac here at the arena in Johnstown.
Now this is where we got to make sure that we just don't do anything foolish.
Don't give up anything now. I mean, goodness gracious.
Well, we just had the power play was on the ice. We didn't get an opportunity to change. Now we get a face-off puck into the bench area. Face-off will be in our zone, but now we're at least able to change, get that rest, because their guy came back on. We still had to play, then they went down the other end, and we couldn't make a change. Now with 1:03 to go in the period, we want to make sure that, we're defense first.
Canon McMillan 1 and the Crushers 0 as 1 minute left in the first period. How about that tradition, Coach? That 1 minute they always announce at all the arenas. Is that something that's all